Hey guys, it's Omer from MMOs.com with a quick weekly news recap of all major MMO news announced for the week ending June 18th, 2018. This is episode number 152 of the recap, and the first of the news this week comes from Nexon regarding MapleStory 2. Nexon announced this week that MapleStory 2's closed beta test will begin sometime in July, with an exact date coming soon. Nexon also made a pretty lengthy news post explaining why they went with a second closed beta, especially considering the game has been out in South Korea for years. The reason provided was that they wanted to create a better experience and that they're looking to tailor the Western version of the game for Western taste. In fact, Nexon is considering adding World Quest to the game, something the South Korean version of MapleStory 2 no longer has. So I guess for now we have to be patient. Now that we know the closed beta 2 is set for July, I think open beta will be sometime in September. On the positive side though, this second round of closed beta testing will be open to twice as many players as the first one. So if you didn't get a chance to play the first one, you'll probably get a chance to play in the second closed beta. Next up, some news from Blizzard Entertainment regarding World of Warcraft Classic. This is exciting because we really haven't heard anything about WoW Classic since it was first announced over a year ago. Blizzard announced this last week that Classic will be running on version 1.12 Drums of War, which is the last patch before Burning Crusade came out. Blizzard devs also talked a bit about the technical side of getting their legacy code working with the more modern engine and modern backend. Still no word on when the exact release date for Classic will be, but the devs seem to be hard at work at it. Hopefully we'll see some kind of beta test for it by the end of the year. Personally, I'm a bit more excited for Classic than Battle for Azeroth, but I'll probably give Battle of Azeroth a chance when it launches. Up next, we have a new MMORPG launching on Steam titled Warlords Awakening, though it's not exactly a new MMORPG. It looks like Play With Interactive, the company best known for Rohan Online and Steel Online, is relaunching Eloa, Elite Lord of Alliance, as Warlords Awakening. It's set to launch on Steam sometime this summer, with an early access starting in July. This is going to be the third time Eloa gets launched, and hopefully for fans of the game, it survives this time. For those unfamiliar with the game, it'll launch with 5 playable classes, and each of those classes will have 3 playstyles, each which drastically change how the class is actually played, and players can switch between those at will. Though it is weird because their Steam page says nothing but Eloa, but it very clearly is just a relaunched version of Eloa. Speaking of not so new games, Alchemia Story launched globally in English this week, and it's a mobile MMORPG by the Japanese game studio Azubimo, the company best known for games like Avabel and Torum Online. Like Warlords Awakening, this isn't exactly a new game though, as it's been available in Japan for some time. It just recently launched in English though. It's been out for less than a week, but has well over $100,000 already on Android. While I haven't actually played this one just yet, other Azubimo titles have impressed me, as they play much more like PC MMOs than mobile games, as they tend not to have autoplay, though I'm not sure about this one. Next up, we have an official release date for Defiance 2050. The sci-fi MMORPG is launching on PC, PS4, and Xbox One on July 10th. While the core gameplay mechanics of the remake are basically the same as the original Defiance, Defiance 2050 features slightly improved visuals and some streamlined customization mechanics. Open beta for the PC version will be running from June 22nd to June 25th, and it will be open to everybody. Founders Packs are already available on the PC, and will be available on Xbox on June 19th and PS4 on July 6th. Remember though that although the game is basically the same game as the original Defiance, players will not be able to transfer their characters over from the original version, and will instead have to start over from scratch. Up next, Blackness Online had another ban wave this week, which led to 599 more accounts being banned, 402 of which were using speed hacks, and 197 of which were botting. This is the second ban wave in the last few weeks, so it looks like Kakao Games is finally starting to take cheating seriously. There have been countless videos of people speed hacking posts on the game's forums previously, and no action has really been taken until now. Time will tell if these ban waves prove effective or not, but I'm glad to see that they're finally tackling the cheating problem head on. Moving right along, we have a small update for the anime action MMORPG Kritika Online. The game introduced new danger zones on its public test server. 2 new zones are Extreme Vineway and Invading Marauders, which are both available to players level 65 and higher after completing the required story quests. 20 new floors have also been added to Fractured Memories. The ability point cap there has been increased to 190, with crit damage cap going up to 600%. Remember, this update is only live on the game's public test servers, but should hopefully be rolling out on the official servers soon. Next up, Ark Survival Evolved launched a mobile spin-off of their dino-taming sandbox survival game. The core gameplay mechanics in the mobile version is aimed to be the same as the PC version, except with mobile in mind for easier controls. The game is free to play, but has an optional premium subscription. Visually, the game looks pretty good, and I'm curious to see how a mobile survival game will do. The PC version of Ark is still hugely successful, so I expect the mobile game will do quite well as well, especially considering the mobile version is free, while the PC version does cost money. And of course, it's available on both Android and iOS. Speaking of free-to-play, Quake Champions will be free for anyone who downloads it by June 21st. While Quake Champions was always set to be free-to-play at launch, the arena shooter from Bethesda costs money during early access. Even if you miss out on this promotion though, Quake Champions will be free-to-play at launch. Since announcing this promo though, the game's player base on Steam has exploded. The game was averaging about 750 or so players online at a given time, but is now hitting over 17,000 current players per day, with an average of over 9,000. Amazing what a little bit of free-to-play can do to a game's player base. Also on free-to-play news, though not nearly as successful, Lawbreakers will be free-to-play until the game shuts down officially on September 14th. This isn't a means to save the game either though. Pretty much no matter what happens, Lawbreakers is shutting down in September, but at least people who like the game can finally find matches, as the game's player base has jumped from practically 0 to over 400 players during peak hours. You could literally never find a match previously, but now at least they opened up to free-to-play, some people might actually be in the game so you can actually find opponents. Next up, Dauntless' first major update since launching is titled The Coming Storm, and it's set to launch on August 2018, and will introduce new challenges as well as a new weapon to the game. Details of the new update haven't been revealed just yet, but we'll learn more in the coming weeks. Dauntless has been off to an amazingly strong start since launching into beta. If you haven't played this one yet, it's worth checking out simply because it's so different from other free-to-play titles. It's essentially a Monster Hunter style game on the PC for free. Next, Skyforge is overhauling their PvP systems in the near future. Players will have more incentive to join PvP along with changes to rating points, with players getting much better rewards at the end of season rewards as well. There's also a new PvP stat which directly affects PvP and can only be increased through PvP. This is all still in development though, and we don't actually have a release date for it just yet, but since the Skyforge team is talking about it, it shouldn't be too far off. Next and last bit of news this week comes from E3. Tom Clancy's Division 2 was revealed and will be set in Washington, D.C. and promise a better in-game experience for players than the first game. Like the previous Division, the game will be buy-to-play though and is set to launch on March 15th, 2019. And the first year of content updates should be available to all for free, and after that I imagine they'll be charging some money for those DLCs. But yeah, anyway guys, that's it for MMO News this week. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the podcast. Later guys.